Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us on your Friday. I'm Sophie Erber. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi unveiling legislation today that would allow Congress to intervene under the 25th Amendment. That is to remove the president. KCAU 9's Washington correspondent Morgan Wright tonight reports on the timing of this legislation for us in our top story at 5.
House Democrats say they want to ensure future presidents are mentally and physically healthy enough to lead the country.
The 25th Amendment is all about the stability of the presidency and the continuity of the office.
Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin says the 25th Amendment gives Congress the power it needs to determine if a president is healthy enough to fulfill his or her constitutional duties.
In the age of COVID-19, which has killed more than 210,000 Americans and now ravaged the White House staff, the wisdom of the 25th Amendment is clear.
Raskin says his legislation would create a congressional commission responsible for evaluating a president's ability to serve.
Seeks to establish a 16-member commission that could act in the event of such an emergency.
The legislation comes just 8 days after President Trump tested positive for COVID-19, but House Speaker Nancy Pelosi insists this isn't about the current president.
He will face the judgment of the voters.
However, the speaker did say President Trump created the urgency for Democrats to establish a commission. In a tweet, President Trump responded by calling Pelosi crazy. White House Press Secretary KAYLEIGH.
It's a stunt ahead of an election. The president is feeling well. I've talked to him several times yesterday, 4 times, in fact, 3 or 4, and he was making great decisions.
McEnany says Pelosi should use the 25th Amendment on herself for her actions. In Washington, Morgan Wright, KCAU 9 News.
A healthcare facility in Spirit Lake tonight dealing with a surge in COVID-19 patients. The facility can hold a total of 25 patients. They've seen up to 23 patients at one time. From March until August at that facility, they had a cumulative number of 18 COVID-positive patients hospitalized. But just in the last month alone now, there has been 16. Jason Harrington, president and CEO of Lakes Regional Healthcare, says he's confident in the facility's ability to handle its current situation.
Part of it is converting rooms that used to be offices back to inpatient rooms. So we're trying to create that. We're trying to ensure that we have a ready availability of remdesivir and convalescent plasma. We've looked at bringing outside temporary, staffing agencies.
Harrington says the facility is doing just fine now, but that, of course, all depends on if the surge continues and how long it lasts. The South Sioux City Community School District confirming 4 more cases of coronavirus tonight. School officials there say 2 students and 2 staff members have tested positive for the virus in the last week. In the Sioux City Community School District, there were 12 new cases, 6 among students there and 6 among staff that attended school since Monday of this week. COVID-19 hospitalizations in the state of Iowa have climbed now to an all-time high of 461. This as state health officials are reporting 14 more COVID deaths. In Woodbury County, health officials record 66 new cases over the past 24 hours. The county has surpassed more than 6,200 total cases. Meanwhile, Monona County has more than 190 total cases. In Nebraska, Dakota County has 9 new positive tests today. The county has recorded more than 2,300 total confirmed cases. And in South Dakota, Yankton County reporting 116 active cases. The county has seen more than 500 total cases. 2 people are in the hospital tonight with serious injuries after a semi and car crashed in Sioux City. The crash happened around 3 this afternoon at the intersection of Business 75 and 18th Street. Officials say that semi was traveling north on 75. The car was heading west. Northbound traffic on a portion of Business 75 is shut down right now for an investigation. Officials do say the stretch of road could be closed for up to 2 hours. Cooler temperatures, of course, quickly approaching. Hard to believe today, but they are around the corner. Siouxland agencies are working to make sure families in need are staying warm. KCAU 9 News reporter Lydia Vasquez shares the gift one family received this fall and what it really means to them. Lydia?
The pandemic has been challenging for so many, and this is especially true for the Clay family after experiencing a reduced work schedule and a broken furnace ahead of winter. But a program designed to help families in need stepped up to help keep them warm. Program called Feel the Love is stepping up to the plate, making sure families stay safe as the temperature drops.
In this case, This family had the furnace behind me actually had a bad heat exchanger, so they were without heat. And through a selection program, which the Wood-Righty Community Action Agency helped us with, we were able and are able to join Lennox and provide them with a furnace.
Candace Clay recently had her hours cut at work because of the pandemic. On top of that, she realized her furnace was no longer usable.
I don't think I could afford a furnace because I had an estimate for like $5,800, and I thought, how am I going to come up with that? And then my hours got cut, so that means, less money. I'm just really happy that these people could help me out.
Lennox, KALIN Indoor Comfort, and the Community Action Agency all partnering up to make sure families like the Clays have heat when they need it most.
I think it means the world to a family that there are programs available out here. It reduces the stress and the anxiety families have about trying to either pay those bills or trying to figure out how they're going to go get a loan. So as many people I'm sure will understand, it's really a difficult time now for a lot of families.
Lennox provided the furnace and KALIN Indoor Comfort, donating labor and all materials, so no expense to the Clay family. And Candace tells me right now there's no better gift than a brand new furnace ahead of winter weather. Lydia Vasquez, KCAU 9 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Lydia. And it is time now for our first check on the weather. Meteorologist Marcus Beasley standing by for us. And Marcus, an ironic day to do a story on cool weather because our temperatures have to be well above average.
That's right, Sophie. Nowhere near average today. The average high temperature around this time of year is in the upper 60s. We got up into the mid 80s today, 84 for your high temperature in Sioux City today. That is not record-breaking heat. The record high for today in Sioux City is 87, so we didn't get quite there today. 87 for your high temperature recorded, though, in Wayne and Norfolk, 82 in Yankton, 86 in Lamar's, 84 in Orange City, as well as Cherokee and Storm Lake today. Overnight tonight, we will see those temperatures drop down in the upper 40s and lower 50s, so a cool night ahead. Details on what the weekend's looking like in the 9 on 9. Sophie?
Perfect. Thanks, Marcus. Well, businesses across the United States have, of course, been impacted by COVID-19 heavily. In North Sioux City, the economic developer tells us he's seen a new surge in new residents and therefore new business seeking more opportunities. With 2 new housing developments, River Valley and Lakeshore Estates, continuing to boom with new buyers as well as available space for commercial and retailers. Just in the past 6 months, 7 new businesses have moved into the area. Some developers have also found that they're interested in the former Gateway building. One out of California will soon be moving in.
Called Innovive. What they do is they manufacture rodent cages for labs. And they also are going to be doing a bunker that will do the sanitization of these cages, and they can work with other medical device manufacturers to do sanitizing of their products as well.
And later tonight at 6, KCAU 9 News speaks to a new business that just moved to North Sioux City from Sioux Falls for those new opportunities. The USDA tonight announcing it's the recipient of $22 million in grants to upgrade fuel distribution sites. These grants allow gas stations, convenience stores, and fuel distribution sites across 14 states to upgrade their pumps, fuel lines, and their storage tanks. A higher blend infrastructure incentive program is now designed to increase the use of higher blends of ethanol fuel and biodiesel. This is the first round of awards out of the $100 million program. 15 sites across the state of Iowa are set to receive part of this grant funding. The Food Bank of Siouxland getting competitive with its latest food drive. Through the end of November, the Food Bank is now competing with Feeding South Dakota and Food Bank of the Heartland to see which location can gather the most donations. You can learn how to donate and help your food bank in your state come out on top in this digital exclusive story we have. It's on our website right now. That address there on your screen, SiouxlandProud.com, or click this story on the KCAU 9 News app. Well, the change has been night and day. The Latino community has boomed over the past decade in one Georgia community. We'll share how Hispanic influence is being well accepted there coming up.
And overnight tonight, we are going to see those temperatures cool off a good bit. A very nice weekend is ahead, and looks like rain moving in Sunday night. Details on all of that after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Sophie Erber and meteorologist Marcus Beasley. This is KCAU 9 News at 5.
Thanks for sticking with us. It's very hard to believe, Marcus, that it is October today. These temperatures felt more like what we had at the end of August.
Right. It feels very summer-like outside. When you look out there, you see the leaves are nice and yellow, and it looks like fall outside. But once you step out there, it does not feel like it. Our high temperature today in Sioux City getting up to 84 degrees. The normal for this time of year is 67, so well above that. The record actually 87 degrees, so we were only a few degrees shy of that record set back in 1980. This morning, we started out well above average at 61. The typical low temperature this time of year is right around 40 degrees, and the record set back in 2000 of 20 degrees. We were nowhere close to that, thankfully. Eventually, we'll see temperatures that cold, but not quite yet.
Texas has eased the visitation restrictions in nursing homes, and tonight, a lot of happy family reunions for people who've been separated for almost a year. Laura Lockheed has a special story of how one Texas couple was finally able to see each other again.
We've been in love since I was 14 years old, and the love never faltered.
High school sweethearts Bobby and Joyce Myers have been married for 68 years. They have 2 kids and 4 grandkids, including me. Their marriage has survived over half a century, including Bobby's service in the Army during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
She was a very beautiful girl, and she was sweet. We really immediately fell for each other.
But the last few years have been the hardest yet. Joyce has Alzheimer's, and her health forced the couple to move from East Texas to Houston, where they live in a senior living community. She lives in one wing, he lives in another. He'd visit her every day until the pandemic slammed her door in his face.
I was afraid that she might forget me.
Until now.
Bobby Myers. Joyce Myers. You got her, Bobby Myers. My sweetheart. Oh, I wish I could kiss you.
To his relief, she knew exactly who he was.
It was just wonderful because I missed her very much.
True love there. Well, taking a live look outside now. Marcus returns with another check on our forecast for the weekend coming up next. Stay with us. Before we wrap up here at 5, let's check in first with Tim for what's coming up at 6. He's in the newsroom. Hi, Tim.
Hey, good afternoon, Sophie. You know, our dry and windy conditions are really hampering the harvest for some Siouxland farmers. No fewer than 4 combine fires in our local area this week, 2 just today, and one of those threatened a nearby field of corn. We'll take you out to the scene coming up tonight at 6. Also, in just a half an hour, she was born before women and people of color were even given the right to vote, so it's safe to say that she's not wasting the opportunity here in 2020. Even though her 106th birthday is just around the corner, we'll introduce you to Mrs. Julia Ray coming up after World News Tonight. And the annual Rivercade Parade here in Sioux City had to be nixed because of COVID, but that's not stopping the organization from moving ahead with some events. We'll take a look at this year's Barstool Open mini golf event. This year, get this, it will be a masquerade event. You get what I'm talking about there, Sophie?
I do. That theme seems very fitting, very clever. Thanks for that, Tim.
Don't push your putter away.
Another good pun. We couldn't resist. And perfect weekend, really, if you want to get out on the actual golf course for some social distancing activities.
That's right. We're going to have really nice weather tonight and throughout the weekend. 50 degrees and clear tonight throughout Siouxland. So a little cool, but really not bad at all. Tomorrow, temperatures warming up into the lower 80s with plenty of sunshine. Sunday, more of the same. Looks like a cool down as we head into next week, though.
Thanks a lot, Marcus, and thank you for joining us. I'll see you back here tonight at 6. Good night.